You got to go in and you want to ask for a raise and you got to talk to your boss. How do you do it? Here's a few steps that are going to make you successful in when you ask for that raise. Number one, you got to get your job done. If you're not getting your job done right now and you think you're going to go in and ask for a raise, you are sorely mistaken. Or two, you don't really know if you're getting your job done. And this is how you can get around that or get some real clarity from your boss, is you've got to go to them and you've got to ask them, what does success look like for me and my role every week, every month, and every quarter? And you should get some type of metrics, a KPI, a scorecard, a measurable, something that's going to indicate every week you're having success, if not every day, every month, and every quarter. And once you hit that for 6 months, and you're probably thinking, Matt, what are you talking about 6 months? Like, I want the raise now. Well, if you don't know if you're having success and you're just asking for a raise, guess what? They're probably going to say no. But if you have metrics that you can go in and say, hey, look, I ask you about these and I've been hitting them every week, every month, every quarter for the last 6 months. What are they going to say to you? Are they going to say no? Absolutely not. They're going to say you're dedicated and absolutely I want to give you that raise. So that's number one. You got to do your job. And if you're thinking about asking for a raise and you don't know if you're doing your job or you're not confident that your boss knows, go get those KPIs. Number two, you got to be confident in your ability. You got to have the confidence. You got to have that thing inside you that when you're sitting in front of your boss, they have no doubt that regardless what the role is, you're going to absolutely dominate. You're going to have success because that internal confidence is the thing that is going to drive you to success. And when you've got confidence and you've done your job, do you know how valuable you are? So have the confidence. And the confidence comes from knowing what expectations are. And internally, if you're going to ask for a raise, go in there with a confident attitude, with a confident voice, and don't put your head down, talk, look eye to eye, be very direct, and start telling them what you've done and what you're going to do. Number two, know your worth. Keep saying number two. This is number three. Number three. So, know your worth. Don't go on the internet and look up and say, hey, this position pays $75,000, I'm getting paid $55,000, I should be paid that. Or if it's $250,000 and you're making $200 and you think you deserve that. You got to understand the worth that you bring to this organization. And when you understand the worth, you know the job that I'm doing, the efficiencies that I'm driving, the processes that I'm completing are helping the workforce or the work's bottom line by this. So if you know if your job, what the true worth of it is, what is it that you do that helps the team and the business be successful? And how does that hit the bottom line? The next is taking on additional responsibilities. So we kind of talked about if you don't have current metrics to tell you if you're having success, during that 6-month time frame, go to your boss and ask for additional responsibilities. And ask for those responsibilities without asking for that raise. And you're probably thinking again, Matt, like I want the raise now. Well, you might want it now, but you might not deserve it now. But if you go to your boss and you say, hey, I want to take on some additional responsibilities and thank you for giving these metrics to show me what success is, guess what? Guess what happens in 6 months when you come and ask them for their raise? They're going to say, I can't believe you didn't ask me sooner. And when they say, I can't believe you didn't ask me sooner, guess what? Your worth just went up because they've seen how you've come, they've seen how you've progressed, and they see that it's not about you, it's about producing for the organization. The next is deliver a plan for that future role. So you're not going to just get a raise and do the same stuff, right? If that's the expectation that you're just going to get a raise to do the same things, like you are sorely mistaken. And if you do get that type of organization is not one that's driven for greatness. So, and I know for each one of you watching this, being an ex-athlete and being a competitor, like we want to continually get better and better and better. So have this idea of when you go to your boss, come in, you know what your worth is, you're confident, and that confidence comes from the fact that you have a plan on these additional things that you're going to do to earn the raise that you're going to ask for. And I don't care if that raise is $5,000 or if it's $500,000. You have to have a plan on where you're going to go and why you're worth getting the money you're asking for. And the last is you got to own it. One of the biggest mistakes that happens is that people get a raise and then they settle, because all they were really working hard for is to get that raise. And when they get it, they just settle in and they start coasting. When you get the raise, you got to own it. You got to show everybody else, not that you got the raise, that you're worth that money. You're worth what you were given because you had a plan, you had confidence, you knew what your worth was, and when you got it, you did more than what was expected.